What's going on? We back, Goodfella Sports TV. Man, I finally got a chance to sit down and watch the Prograis fight. I was watching the Jacobs fight. I'll put the full fight in the description so you can check it out if you missed it. But we're going to review it real quick. And Regis Prograis showed the wrinkle so that he could box, control distance, and anybody that makes it to the final fight until you get to the Olympics and just lose to Errol Spence. I mean, I'm pretty sure he has some type of boxing ability. Explosive guy. I'm not always a fan of his feints and exaggerated head movement, but it was beautiful last night. Terry Flanagan, in my opinion, was the best opponent that he had fought. Former lightweight WO champion, title holder, excuse me. And now he was moving up. He just lost out to Maurice Hooker on a vacant WO title, but I think he's a really good fighter. I think he's the best fighter that Regis fought. Overall, durable. Didn't lay down, still fought. I do think he's better than Dongo. I understand Dongo had 2 titles at 140, but I think he was just more durable than Dongo was. That's where I'm coming from. But the fight started off, basically, his jab was beautiful last night. Seemed like he took his jab up to another level. This fight, I'm not sure if anybody noticed it, but his last fight versus the Argentine, he had Everlast gloves on. More of the full 8-ounce variety with standard boxing gloves. They look bigger than normal. Kind of what Floyd used to wear, especially like the ones he wore against Arturo Gatti. A lot of times fighters wear those bigger gloves to pick shots off and kind of get more defense and protection to their face when they got their high guard up. Last night, Prograis had on those Regis, and those are puncher's gloves. I think they are more the horsehair variety, 8-ounce gloves. And, yeah, man, he was going to work, working up and down, feinting. His speed was just too much for Terry Flanagan. You know, he looked good last night. He looked like the leader in the clubhouse to win the tournament. I'm not going to lie. He looked really, really good. Hand speed was crisp. Seemed like he peaked at the perfect time on Saturday physically. And I don't think too many guys would have hung in there with him that night. Flanagan was game. He was just getting painted all night with straight left hands. They was facing off 2 southpaws. You know, Flanagan was trying. I'm telling you, Flanagan ain't bouncing on his toes and moving in and out. And he couldn't bounce on his toes and move in and out with Prograis because Prograis would move and kind of just strike like lightning. You know, and then he would throw a couple punches and bunches. So it was hard to time Prograis, man. Last night for Flanagan, the speed, the quickness, the just overall boxing aptitude of Prograis was worlds away. And that's why he's the #1 seed in his tournament. And in the 8th round, he hit him with a clean straight left. And I think Prograis could have really stepped on the gas and probably went for the knockout. Excuse me. But I think he want to just show people that he can go 12 rounds. He hadn't been past 8 until last night, and when he got his full first 12-rounder in. So seems like he lives a clean fighter lifestyle. Seems like he's getting better. Seems like he stepped up his performance from his last fight, even though he got a knockout. But this was a much more cleaner performance. I thought that he carried that Argentine a little bit, the Velasco guy, but I could be wrong. But I think that was his first big fight on ESPN in front of his hometown fans in New Orleans. He is from New Orleans, fighting out of Houston because of Hurricane Katrina. And it's always pressure fighting at home, man. It's always pressure fighting at the crib. And I think he dealt with the pressure better the second time around. And he moves on to the second round versus Relic. But that straight left hand, straight to the side of Flanagan's head, was beautiful. He dropped Flanagan hard. I thought he was going to finish him. He didn't finish him. Flanagan hit him with a couple pop, pop, pops upside the head to kind of slow the momentum down. And, he got to the finish line. Prograis should be proud of that victory. He handled his business. He showed why he's one of the better 140 pounders in the world. And he's strong and fast, man. And he got that head movement, even though I'm not always a fan of it, because sometimes it's over exaggerated, but it's good. It worked for him. And those feints, and them feints hold you. That feint and his speed work together, and then you have to respect his power. So you got the feints, the speed, and the power that keep fighters at bay. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be a problem for anybody, man. And he also slick a little bit, man, and got some decent feet. So he's a complete fighter. At least he's trending towards being a complete fighter. And I can see why anybody would believe he can win this tournament. We'll see the next week. My favorite, Josh Taylor, to win the tournament is fighting Ryan Martin. And I think that's a fight that he could lose. Ryan Martin is a very, very tremendous fighter. Coming up from 35 to 40, but he's a big kid. I think he's about 5'10", 5'11", something like that. But he's trained by Abel Sanchez, so we know he ain't gonna handle defense. So I'll stick with Josh Taylor though, man. But we'll see. I think the winner of the tournament come from that fight. And also, I caught the Relic fight last night. Ironically, I caught that fight, man, and he hurt Anthony. You get man, it was something so vicious. And Baracha, with Baracha, that's what I'm calling Ivan Baracha. He throws everything at one speed. Didn't seem to get tired. Wild fighter. I'm telling you, he got a lot of good attributes, but he's too wild. If anybody can really time him and get that distance on him, he'll walk a knockout. He walk a knockout. No matter how good his chin is, somebody can hit him with a shot he don't see coming. It's going to take a really good boxer with some power that can move. I think Regis Prograis matches up better with him than anybody else in the tournament. I think Regis Prograis annihilates him. Josh Taylor and Ryan Martin beat him as well too, but I think Prograis matches up any better. But the winner, Ryan Martin and Josh Taylor will fight Baracha. That's going to be a hell of a fight. That'll be a fight worth going to if it's in America. But it may be in the UK, Russia, if Josh Taylor wins over Ryan Martin next week. But Prograis, came out smoky, sent a message, said can't nobody F with him in this tournament or mess with him in this tournament. And let's make New Orleans great again, man. Let's get some fight fans going down to New Orleans. And hopefully, Regis Prograis can continue to have a home field advantage and build a fan base in New Orleans. I definitely think it's a need for him in New Orleans, and occasionally fighting in Houston, do something with, some fighters out there. But, yeah, he moving in the right direction. He get money. And after this tournament done, if he wins, which is a good possibility he could win the tournament, Jose Ramirez will be waiting for him. He'll be way more battle-tested than Jose Ramirez, but that's just my opinion right there. But he fighting the best at 140, got the offer. He get Ramirez, become undisputed, and then, move up to 147 and take on Crawford. I think Crawford will be the guy because Lou DiBella, ESPN, and Regis Prograis have a good relationship. And I think they would like to see Regis fight Crawford. When other fighters, that's in Texas scared to fight him and try to act like they Billy Badass and beating their chest. But, meanwhile, everybody else behind the scene know that Bud would beat the hell out of Crawford. Spence, and they knew Spence didn't want to fight. But, he led us to believe on something different. But, like I said, Regis Prograis, my man raised no hoe. He'll fight him. He'll put New Orleans on the map when Earl Spence was scared to put Texas on the map. And that's real shit. But, like I said, congratulations to Regis. He held it down like a real G last night, man. And, like I said, man, I picked Josh Taylor to win the tournament. That's my personal opinion. I picked Callum Smith to win the World Box Super Series tournament at 168. I picked the new UI. I got that one right. Cruiserweight, I don't know if I picked somebody. I had to go back. I don't think it was Usyk though. I might have picked Usyk. I don't remember. But 118, that tournament going on right now, I picked the new UI. So, yep. So, I picked the new UI this time around. Regis. Josh Taylor, and then Cruiserweight. I ain't picked nobody this time. But last time, I can't remember who I picked. So, yeah, some good boxes going around, man. We're going to keep it. You keep talking about a variety of different subjects. We're going to keep it going. Real boxing talk. Trillist boxing talk that you can find around here. Goodfellas Sports TV. Not just stuck on one narrative, one business, one fighter. Not a fanboy channel. Talk about a variety of boxing, variety of sports, music, entertainment. We just growing, man. We just growing. We're going to continue to show up and show out and be consistent. And if you don't like it, F you too. Chino XL, F you too. But appreciate everybody for rocking out with us, man, for real. It's Mr. One Time for the one time, man. Y'all make sure y'all check us out. Facebook. You can DM me there. Got a question or whatever. We do some other work on there as well. I ain't really been running that page that much, man. I'm going to get back up to running the page, put some memes up there. You can email me questions, concerns, video requests. Always taking video requests when I can get around to them. But I usually get around to them, man. Congratulations to Puev as well, winning yesterday. Danny Jacobs winning yesterday. Ivan Baracha winning yesterday. Regis Prograis winning yesterday. Heather Hardy winning. Y'all know what it is. We gone.